Okay. Now we start torquing. Where's my torque wrench, reducer, chain bobber? Probably on here. This should reach. Where's that? Okay, so we're gonna go, I'm gonna torque it to 40 first. Make sure they're all nice and snug before I do anything. Quit rolling away from me. All right. Okay, now I'm going to torque it to 60. And just for shits and giggles, let's see if we can find a torque spec. It says 55 pounds with ARP lube, 65 pounds with 30 weight oil. So, since I might put some boost into this, I'm going to go with the 65 pounds. There, so I'll just go to 65. Okay. That's good to go. All right. Heads on. Now for the fun part. Valve clearance. So, what we do is we clean up the cam journals real good. You gotta be careful because these things are sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Alright. What you're gonna do is lube it up. Lube it up. Whoops. Don't worry about the lube getting in the head. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. A little bit of lube there, a little bit of lube there. And then you're gonna put the cams on. Now you want this thing you do not want the pistons pointing straight up and down, or top dead center. So I'm backed off a little bit so the pistons are about level right now, halfway down the cylinder. Because when you put the cam on, you don't want your valve hitting the piston, and you tighten the cap down and smacko, you break something. Wipe that down real good. Set that in there just like that. You just set it in there so it rests in. Oh, that cam is showing some wear. And we do it again. A little bit of lube. A little bit of lube. Alright, what do we got? Intake 4. Intake 5. Intake 3. Oh, be quiet, Guinness. Nobody asked you. Intake 1. Exhaust 2. Exhaust 4. And exhaust 5. carefully. Make sure they're all started first. Because the last thing you want to do is thread repair on one of these. Okay. Now I'll get my highly calibrated torque wrench. This guy. He should be, if I'm not mistaken, head caps or valve caps. Let's see what valve caps are. Let's see, cylinder block. Cylinder head's in the beginning here. Cylinder head. If memory serves, 2ZZ is 14 pounds. So, now wait a minute, let's take a look at that again. 14 foot-pounds. So you do 12 times 14. I think it comes out to 180. 12 times 14. 168 inch-pounds. And I am sitting on, I can't see the fucking numbers. Sucks getting old, people. Alright, let's see here. That's okay, I'm at 150. That should be 160. Right there, 168. And we torque them. Boy, it just feels. Ones. Okay, now you get your oh, should be at 14. Then we'll turn the cams. Okay, so now See that position right there? These two lobes pointing like this. This is how you start the timing. You're going to go off of this dot right there, and that dot right there, and this mark, and this groove. Get the yellow links on your timing chain when you set your initial timing. All right. Feeler gauges. Where's my feeler gauges? Feeler gauges. All right. If memory serves, intake. Oh, here's my pages are all fucking up. Damn it. I don't even know if that's for 1ZZ or 2ZZ. But if memory serves, yeah, 9 to 12 for the exhaust, and it's like 4 to 7 for the intake. So we'll just get our 7th thou here, and you do it with the globes pointing up, and you measure it under the small cam. That's not going in. All right, let's try a 6. 6 went in. That one's good. Rotate. We'll do this one. 6 is not going. Let's try a 5. 5 is not going. Oh, 5 just slipped in. So 5 is good. That one's good. A little on the tight side, but that's okay. All right. Five is going in. Six is not. Five went. 6 did not. Okay, so these are all 5 thou, and this one I think was 6. Yeah, 6. So here's the predicament. I kind of like my valves a little loose. They make a little more noise, just a tad, but if we're going to boost this thing and we want to make room for expansion, I like the valves a little loose. So what we're going to do is when I start re-shimming this thing, I'm going to put one size shim bigger than what's in there. Let me get my Sharpie. Ooh, hopefully this works. So this one was a 6 thou. 6. Actually, this 6. This one was 5, 5, and 5. All right, now we'll do the other side. We'll start with 9. 9 goes. 10 does not. So we'll say this is a 9. Okay, 10 goes in that one. Let's see if 11 goes. Nope, 11 does not go. So that one's a 10. No 11 on that one. 10 goes. So that's a 10. And that one's a little tight. The 9 will probably go right in. Yep. Alright, so that's a 9. Again, that's in spec. But I like them a little loose. Okay. So now what we do, this is why it takes so long. You gotta take all this off. Take the cams back out, change the shims, and do it again for the other shims. Okay, now I'll get my magnet here. And then you just set that one on there. Okay. I wrote my numbers down in the wrong spot. So, 6555. 5, 5, 5. And 9, 9, 10, 10. Nine, 9, 10, 10. Okay. You put it on the very edge, and then you slip it right in there, and you let the rocker kind of come down on it and take it. That ain't working. This is where I used to have a real small magnet, and it worked really good for this. This ain't working for shit. There. I guess I could just do that. That'll work. Okay. Guinness is barking at the gardeners. Okay, and we put them all back on again. Alright. Do it very carefully. gun is clicking. I'm not putting a lot of torque on them. See? Now there is a torque pattern in the book, but since this is not a girdle, I don't see a reason that you need to torque it in that pattern. And I know my good buddy Dave is probably the one that wrote the actually I'm 99% sure he's the one that wrote the TSB for changing the lift bolts, and he puts a torque pattern on here. So not to discredit him, because the guy is a genius. And knows what he's doing. But my degrees in engineering tell me that's not necessary. Okay, here we go. Might as well start there. 9 slips in. Ten does not. So that's a 9. That's a 10. Eleven slips in. 12 does not, so that one's good. That's 11. Nine. 10. 11. And I guarantee 12 is not going to go. Just by how tight that was. Yep. Okay, so that's another 11. And I bet you this one's going to be 9. 9. Okay. Do the intake. Guess we'll just start right here. That one's a 5, so let's see here. No, 5 does not go. Don't I have a 4? Boy, 5 does not want to go. That one's a little tight. So I'm gonna put a 4 there, but I'm gonna have to change that shim. All right. Five just slips in, so I doubt a 6 will. Yep, that's a 5. 6 does not go. 5 just slips in. So yeah, I'm gonna put that a 4 because I'm gonna find a smaller one for that. Let's see here. This one's a 6. Whoops. Oh, that slipped right in. Seven does not go. And 6 does. So that's a 6. So I just wipe it with my oily fingers. 6. Come on, Sharpie. 6. All right. Now, we take them all off again. But let's before we do that, let me see. There's my bag of shims. See, these are all 50s. Let me get my calipers. Okay, so the way we do this is we zero out this piece. This is part of a valve, as you can tell. I put a point on the end, I zero that, and then I put a shim on it. And that's going to tell me the size of the shim. 2.42. So it's a 40. It's a number 42. Whoop. Make sure you're nice and straight. It's a 40. We'll just say it's a 40. So what I used to do is put a little. Okay, GoPro sat on the charger for a bit. While we did that, took the cams back out. I measured all the shims for the valve that was out. So, like this one being a 5 and being a number 40, I would like to go to something like a 36 to 38. So these are my 30s. Let's see here. Oh, that's a 26. There's a 34. There's a 36. 30s. There's a 34. 32. 32. 34. Lots of 34s. Now when you buy them new from Toyota, see that right there? Can you see that? It says 34 right there on the side. Oop, there's another 36. Alright. So, that being a 5, a 40, I'm going to put a 36 there. I'm going to set him aside. Let's see here. So this is a 5 and it was a 46. So I'd like to go to like a 42. Where's my 40s? Are these my 40s? These are my 40s. .46, 46, there's a 44, there's a 42 right there. So I'll put a 42 in right there. And this is a 5. And it's a 46 also. So let's see, there's another 42, 46, there's a 42, 48, 46. What did I put in there, a 42? Well, I'll put a 42 in here too. And then this one was a 6, and it's a 40. So I'll probably put a, well, I don't have a 38, do I? Dad, I'll have a 38. Oh, look at that, there's a 38 right there. So we'll put a 38 right there. And now we'll pull these all out. And guess what? We got to put them all back in and check them again. Where's my magnet? Magnet, magnet. Where's my magnet? Not the magnet I was looking for, but it'll do the job. Oof. Okay. Now, let's do the other side. Here, while we're at it, I guess I could, well, we'll wait. Just so we know. Okay, so this was a 10. And it was a 50. So, I'll put a 48 in there. $50. So let me put my, where's my 50s? These are my 50s. Okay, this one was a 10. And it was a 62. Woo-wee! So I'll put a 60 on it. Let's see if I got a 60. There's a 60 right there. Okay. Now this one was a 9, and it was a 62, so I'm going to go down to like a 58. $56, $52, $52, $50. Lots of 52s. There's a 56. I'm looking for like a 58. $52, $50. Lots of 52s and 54s. 56. Might get stuck with a 50. There's a 58. There's two 58s right there. Alright. So here's a 58. And this one was a 9. And it's a 56. So I'm going to put a 52 on it. 52. There's a 52 right. That's a 62. 52 right there. And we can always check. We can always check. Let's do a check. Turn our thing on. Zero it out. Put our shim in. Look at that. Well, they're calling that a 48. 50. I'm calling that a 50. Let's try another 52 here. Now sometimes you can get a, see, it could be a, just a small layer of oil. Get in there. We'll go ahead and put this one in, because we're going to check them all anyway. Alright, now we'll take these out. If I can find my magnet. There's the one I was looking for. So we'll take that guy out. That guy out. That guy out. And that guy out. Okay, and guess what? Put the cams back in. See how this is such a tedious process? Now imagine trying doing this in the car. Be a pain in the ass to do it in the car. So when you're checking the valves and you don't pull one of the shims out, you're only checking the clearance for the non-lift lobe. Because what's happening is when you got the cam down like this, the big lobe is pushing on that spring on the rocker. And it's not doing you any good. You're not getting a true reading.